Morning. Yeah, there's like 3,000 of you. Good morning. I still didn't hear your right side of the room, but whatever. All right, so my name is Joe Lurie. I am a product manager for Microsoft 365, and I have a ridiculous rock star band behind me of people that are going to walk through the how. We talked about in DEP10. How many of you were here for the last session, DEP10? So we talked about why you want to get to Windows 10 and why you want to stay current, why you want to get to Office 365 and why you want to stay current. Now we're going to talk to you about some of those tools to help you get there. Now when we talk about this, you can see how aggressive this is. We have the seconds. They have 360 seconds to talk to you, 430 seconds to talk to you, because we need to make sure you get this information and you get it very quickly. And then in DEP30, we're going to talk about currency some more, how you stay current and why currency is important. And again, DEP40 and 50, we'll talk about using Microsoft Endpoint Management and our Zero Trust strategy. So I'm going to let these guys behind me introduce themselves now, and then we're going to get started.
Mike Niehaus, Windows Autopilot.
Dune Desarmo, Microsoft Endpoint Manager.
Zach Dvorak, Microsoft Endpoint Manager.
Narkis Engler, Delivery Optimization.
We also have some special guests with us. Nick and Chaz are with KeyBank, and they'll be joining us with Steve Thomas right at the end of the session, right before the end of the session. So again, today we're going to talk about using the latest tools. We're going to talk about Windows Autopilot. We're going to talk about using Endpoint Configuration Manager. We'll talk about using Desktop Analytics some more, and again, more in DEP30, and more again tomorrow, because it's that important of a tool. And we'll talk about that Windows 7 end of service again. Now, for those of you that were here the last session, you already know the answer to this, so please don't yell out the answer. For the rest of you, how many days left of Windows 7 support are there starting today? Come on, there's 3,000 of you. Shout out some numbers. There's 68 days left of Windows 7 support. January 14, 2020. That date, you should know it, and you should be aiming to get to Windows 10 prior to that date. For those of you that may not make it, we do have some things we'll talk about at the end of this session as well. With that, I'm going to hand this over to Dune, and he's going to talk about our Microsoft Endpoint Manager.
All right. Hello, folks. How are we feeling about our new brand here? Can I get a round of applause for Microsoft Endpoint Manager? A little more. Okay, cool. Wake up. We're awake. All right. I'm so excited about this. This has been a long time coming, and I only have a short amount of time here, so I'm going to give you a little taste of what this means for you, and a little taste of the kind of functionality that this makes available to you. What does this mean in my quick short time here? And then, if you want to learn more, you can go to DEP40. It is in this room at 12:45. Jason Gibbons and Rob York will give you all the details that you can need on this. Sound good? All right. So, Microsoft Endpoint Manager, what are we talking about? Well, basically we finally have one brand, okay? For the longest time, for many years, my team has been coming up here in front of you, and we have been saying, hey, we're one team working on one set of solutions for you. We're unifying all of the things, and so here are 4 products. And our customers have said, wow, okay, that's awesome, cool products. We see the value in them. Which ones should we use and when? And this is the kind of question that, we ultimately don't want our customers to need to ask themselves. They're asking themselves, is one of these going away? Which of these should I take a bet on? And really, we're here this year to tell you that you don't have to choose. If you're using Configuration Manager today, then you're using Microsoft Endpoint Manager. If you're using Microsoft Intune today, then you're using Microsoft Endpoint Manager. And the brand goes beyond those two. It includes Autopilot. It includes desktop analytics. You'll hear about all these things today. And it includes even more than that I can't even get into today. So this is really big for us. And in terms of what does it mean for you, what changes today? What changes? How do you have to worry about how your job changes on Monday when you get back to work? Well, it doesn't change at all. When you see your consoles over the next few months, you'll notice some branding changes. You'll notice that the new MEM brand is going to appear in your consoles, and there's going to be new value that's available to you that you can add to your existing investments. But we are baselining everyone and saying, hey, listen, you use these tools today. How can we help you And how can you help us help you improve your daily lives in IT and reduce the total cost of operation of managing, deploying, and keeping Windows up to date? Cool? All right, so what do we ask you to do today with this change? What can you add to what you have today? Well, if you're a Config Manager customer today, then what you can do is connect Config Manager to Intune and connect it to the cloud. And with that, you unlock a huge amount of new functionality, and some of it is listed here today. Obviously, I don't have time to list through all of it. But there's a huge amount of functionality you get access to, and in so doing, what you can do is leverage the strength that our management tools have on-prem in your data center and leverage the power of the Microsoft Cloud, the data that we get from every single endpoint on the planet that we have access to, that we can learn about, that we can do AI on, and that we can then return value to you on. And so we have strength on both sides. We have strength of managing every endpoint on the internet, wherever it is, in every Starbucks, in every hotel lobby, and in every deep corner of a cave where there is no internet connectivity. We can reach both. And that is the beauty of Microsoft Endpoint Manager. And so I have time for a really quick demo, and I will show you what we have. And what I want to show you is our portal. So Microsoft Endpoint Manager Admin Center is the portal. It is really a new brand for what was previously the Intune portal. And I want you to have two ways to think about this, okay? The first way is that this is going to be a single pane of glass for you to manage all of your devices. I'm talking Windows, I'm talking Mac, I'm talking iOS, I'm talking Android. You're going to see all of these endpoints in your environment in this portal, and you're going to be able to manage them here. And you're no longer going to have to worry about which piece of infrastructure is backing up the intent that you define in these tools. Because we're going to support actions in this portal that will be enforced by Intune policy. We're going to support actions in this portal that are supported by Configuration Manager infrastructure. And it, over time, will become transparent to you which of these is doing what. But you will keep the infrastructure that you will have today, and you'll be able to do even more than what you can do today with the power of the cloud. And so I wanted to show you something which is, it might seem subtle, but I think it's really interesting and cool. In the Endpoint Manager Admin Center, you can see, if I dive into all my devices, like I said, you will see every single platform that you care and love here. Mac OS, iOS, Windows. Now, if I drill down to Windows, you'll see something really interesting. So there's a bunch of devices here in every management category that we support with Endpoint Manager. There's cloud-only devices that are pure MDM, Azure AD, lightweight, agile, living on the internet, born on the internet, and it makes sense for many of our customers to have many of their devices in this category if they have devices that are frequently roaming or that have less stringent requirements from a management perspective. We have co-managed devices. This is where we see most of our customers putting their devices in the near future and even in the longer future, because when you have a co-managed device, you can leverage the full breadth of functionality that you're entitled to with Endpoint Manager. And look at this. OS version 6.3.96. What does that mean? That means that is not a Windows 10 device. What? Isn't this the Intune portal? No, this is the Endpoint Manager Admin Center. That is potentially a server OS device or a Win 7 device that lives in Config Manager. We're bringing the tools together. You're seeing your Config Manager devices in the Admin Center, and you can take action on them there. So if I click on one of these devices, for example, that is a Windows 7 device, I can go and sync machine policy or sync user policy. This is triggering Config Manager policy evaluation cycles. This is reaching down to your Config Manager infrastructure and reaching down to those devices using our fast channel to trigger these evaluation cycles. And so this is just a taste of where we'll go with this stuff. We're going to slowly be adding more and more here. And the way I want you to think about this is our customers have been asking us for a web console for years, literally for as long as I can remember. And this is basically, we're telling you we have a web console. We've had one for a few years, and we're really excited for you to use it, and we hope you love it. And so we're going to talk about how you can use these tools to deploy all the things, and I'm going to hand it over to Zach, who's going to give you the latest on desktop analytics.
All right, thanks, dude. So now, who in here is already using desktop analytics? Awesome, good amount of hands. So I have about 345 more seconds to introduce the rest of you to what desktop analytics is. And I'll take this clicker from you, Joe. Awesome. So let's take a look. The first thing you'll notice here Dune did a great job of framing what we're doing with Microsoft Endpoint Manager. That's where Desktop Analytics is going to live, right there in that Endpoint Manager Admin Center. This is part of that Microsoft Endpoint Manager brand. You'll notice we're going to be able to give you insights across your tenant for things like security updates. We'll be looking at how you're doing with those monthly patches, making sure that all your devices stay secure and up to date. We'll also be looking at your feature update status. So you'll have that single pane of glass view into how all of your devices are trending with the latest feature updates. Next, we have our assets tile. This is where we're going to give you a comprehensive view of everything that we know about your organization. We believe that managing an estate of devices begins with understanding what you're working with. So that involves what devices do I have? What applications are running on them? What kind of drivers are on those? This is where you find all that out. And lastly, we have our concept that we introduced with Desktop Analytics that we call a deployment plan. We often heard the feedback that you all don't manage all of your devices the same way. You may have different business groups that have different sets of important applications. You may have different geographies where you want to manage devices in Europe differently than you manage devices in North America, for instance. So with Desktop Analytics, we give you the ability to create a series of deployment plans, each one with different settings, so that you can manage all of your devices in the ways that you need to. If we jump into one of these deployment plans, so this is going to be my North America deployment, you'll see that we start by showing you a high-level overview of how the devices in this plan are trending. You can see how many have already upgraded to the targeted version of Windows, as well as how many devices are yet to upgrade. We'll also give you information about how long you have until the end of support of your targeted version of Windows, so you can make sure you're trending at a good pace. We then break down your deployment into 3 manageable steps. We're going to start with what we call prepare. This is where we're going to be evaluating your estate, understanding what you're working with, and helping you get ready to deploy. We've got a set of sub-steps over here on the right that are going to take you through this prepare phase in a logical order. So we're going to start by looking at assets that need to be reviewed. This is where you're going to go through and tell us which assets, which applications are important or critical to your business. These are the ones that we need to make sure don't get broken as we upgrade to the new version of Windows. Then we're going to help you identify an appropriate set of pilot devices to roll out to first. We'll take a look at that in just a second. And then lastly, we'll help you unblock those devices by identifying any known compatibility issues. This is where we'll give you information to help with your compatibility testing so that you don't have to manually find the same issues that we've already discovered. After that, we'll bump down to the pilot phase, where we're going to start rolling out the new version of Windows to a small set of devices within the org to further evaluate compatibility specific to your organization. So this is where, by going to a small set of devices first, we'll be able to identify any issues that may be unique to you and not necessarily caught in our broad testing. So let's jump into this identify pilot piece here. This is where we're going to help you optimize the set of devices that you're going to upgrade first. So you'll notice here, I've got 81 devices already included in my pilot group. How many of you guys already have a pilot group that you use within your company? Awesome. Now keep those hands up. How many of you guys, does your pilot group consist of what I call friends and family, which is the IT department or people right down the hall, people that you can hear scream so you can fix before they call the help desk? Sound about right? That's not very representative. So what we're going to do is we're going to recommend an additional set of devices that's going to give you full coverage of all of those important assets so that we'll be able to give you statistically significant conclusions about how those apps are doing in your organization. Down here at the bottom, you'll see which devices we're recommending you add to the pilot group, and we'll give you specific information about the marginal benefit of each device that you add. So how much additional coverage am I gaining? How much additional redundancy? Redundancy is that measure of statistically significant conclusions that we're going to be able to draw. Next up, we're going to help you get those pilot devices ready to upgrade. So this is where we're going to be looking at those known compatibility issues. We don't want you guys to do a bunch of manual compatibility testing, especially for top applications and enterprises that we already test. So for these 2 apps here, We've already tested them. We've identified some sort of compatibility problem with them, and we have a recommended remediation ready to go. So we'll give you that information directly in the portal so that you can take action and you don't have to discover that same issue that's already been discovered. Down here at the bottom, we give you detailed information about what you should do about it. You can put that information in, connect to Configuration Manager, and make it happen. On the Configuration Manager side, you'll see the information that we've displayed in the Desktop Analytics portal, such as information about our North America deployment plan here. We'll also break down the status of your pilot devices in terms of which ones are ready to upgrade and which ones are still blocked. And you'll be able to kick off a deployment directly for those pilot devices. Once we get good signals back from those, we'll be able to rinse and repeat for our production devices. So with that, I'm going to kick it over to Michael Niehaus, who's going to talk about Windows Autopilot.
Thank you. So let's quickly keep going. With Windows Autopilot, we've introduced a mechanism to replace the way that people have been deploying PCs for the last, 15 plus years. Moving away from a process where you would build an image, gather drivers, and deploy that out to every new PC in your organization. Instead, we want to focus on a less costly process where we can take a device shipped directly from the OEM with a preloaded OEM image and layer on the configuration that we want on top of that to get that device ready for productive use. We have introduced that back in 2017, so this is the third year that we've talked about it at Ignite. Over the years, we've added a variety of scenarios to Autopilot to support how you want to deploy those devices, starting off with user-driven deployment mechanisms, adding in white glove processes so that you can pre-provision devices before giving them to the employees, and even self-deploying processes so that you have devices like kiosks that can deploy themselves. So all of those are there. We continue to add enhancements to them. You can check out the Autopilot session for much more detail on each one of those scenarios. But let's take a look at a couple of them. First, a user-driven deployment. We want it so that when a device is booted up for the first time, that it starts off with the normal out-of-box experience where you choose a language, locale, keyboard. At that point, you connect it to a network. It downloads an Autopilot profile. The device already knows that it's registered to your organization. So it displays a customized user experience where the user can put in their ID and password to authenticate to the organization, join the device to Active Directory or Azure Active Directory, enroll in Intune, and begin pushing the configuration down to the device. That can include device-targeted apps and policies, certificates, any settings that you need to push down to the machine. The user then gets signed on for the first time, and then any user-targeted policies will be delivered to the device as well. All of this is designed to support deployment from anywhere. We should be able to get all of this content from the cloud. We can join the devices over the internet. We can leverage Config Manager and Cloud Management Gateways. We can leverage Intune. All of these components work together to get the device so that by the time the user ends up on the desktop, they have everything that they need, including OneDrive data. So we can automatically configure OneDrive for Business to sync all of the data back down to the device so that the device truly is ready when they get to the desktop. They see their apps, they see their data. Now, obviously, that's a compressed version of what this takes in real time. On a typical device, when I've tested this, it takes about 20 minutes to go through that process, but the device never needs to be touched by IT. They can send it directly to the end user, and they can walk through these steps themselves. Now, the optimization that we made for this process is the white glove scenario. And in the white glove scenario, we have a technician pre-provision the device. Whether that's an IT person doing it, or an OEM, or a reseller, or another partner doing this before the device is delivered to the end user, the process involves an alternative flow. So the Windows key is hit 5 times, you get to a menu, you choose Windows Autopilot provisioning. We then show you details about the device. We know that it's registered to your organization. We know what Autopilot profile has been assigned to it. We can show what user is assigned to the device, or you can use the QR code on the screen to look up the device in Intune and assign a user to it. Once you're ready, click Provision. Now we install all of the device-targeted policies, apps, and settings, and any user-targeted apps that we know about to get that device ready so that when the user gets it, it's ready for productive use. So we go through this process, getting everything loaded on the device, leveraging delivery optimization for caching and peer-to-peer sharing and all that good stuff so that we can make this as efficient as possible. Once the process is done, we'll show a summary screen to let the technician who's doing this know if it was successful or not. We want you to have the ability from across the room to know that this device is done because you probably have lots of machines going through this at once. So we'll show a final summary screen, bright green, to know that it's finished. If there were any issues, any failures during the process, we would instead show a red screen to show the failure. Assuming it succeeds, you shut the machine down, you put it in a box, off you go. The end user process ends up, the end user process then ends up just showing the normal autopilot flow. So in the normal autopilot flow, they still boot up the machine, choose language, locale, keyboard, type in their ID and password, they finish the process. It only takes a couple of minutes. I have a chalk talk, or a theater session this afternoon. We'll go through White Glove in more detail, but that's all the time that I have, so let me turn it over to Narkis.
All right, so for those of you who don't know what delivery optimization is, this is a platform that's already built into Windows 10, and it's there to help reduce the bandwidth impact on your network. It has a client agent built into Windows. There's a set of cloud services that can help any device in real time find other sources on the local network. So it's what we refer to as a hybrid peer-to-peer. And it's a very reliable way to do peer-to-peer because if we're unable to find good peer sources to download from, we always go back to the cloud to complete the download successfully. This is built as well into Intune, and I'll show you a screen of how you can configure and control delivery optimization and make it work really well for your network. The idea, though, is that you configure it once, and then you're able to use it for a lot of different download scenarios that happen in Windows. So the different content that is supported today is anything that you're delivering from the cloud: Windows updates, drivers, Windows Store apps, especially those inbox apps that are built into Windows and get updates, critical updates. Office updates. In the autopilot scenario, if you're provisioning your Office and then getting updates, the recent updates, this is leveraging delivery optimization. And lastly, Intune Win32 apps. If you're provisioning your devices to take these apps, you can leverage delivery optimization to reduce the bandwidth impact of those downloads. Recently, we've added also the support for installs. This is currently in private preview, but this really completes all the key major downloads that are happening during a provisioning scenario and really across the organization, the downloads that you're gonna pull from the cloud. There's more content coming later next year, including the new Edge Chromium updates and installs, MSIX apps, dynamic updates, and SCCM content. So let me quickly switch. Oh, Dune, you might need you to sign in. Okay, never mind.
Watch this, Windows Hello demo.
I need my face, words no one has ever said before.
Whoa.
Yay! Always works. Yay. So this is a screen of the device profiles in Intune. And here you have access to all the various configs that delivery optimization supports. And the nice thing about doing this through Intune is you will get all the recommendations already built into the little help pop-ups here. And as you're picking a configuration, it's going to show you everything that's tied to that and another option that you should consider. So for instance, with delivery optimization, you can group devices based on your 80 sites. You can learn about other options that you can group devices in your network and really create your own private cloud for peer-to-peer distribution. So using DHCP, using your DNS suffix, and other options like that. Another very important thing is you are able to just generally control how bandwidth is managed in delivery optimization. And we have dynamic options for you to do that, to be able to delay throttle the bandwidth based on a percentage that's really measuring what is the current usage on your network and be able to back off as needed when there's load on the network, even for just that pool of the content from the cloud if that needs to happen. Another great option to control delivery optimization is to leverage boundary groups in SCCM, and this is a very, again, dynamic way to get devices to find the biggest source of local sources on their network to pull the updates from. So one real example from a retail customer in Europe that has managed to lower the size of their initial install for Office by really minimizing that packet just to the base that's needed, and then leveraging cloud in a hybrid installation mode to just pull down language packs and specific packages like Visio. So this is a way for them to reduce the overall package size, but still that extra install that comes later for the secondary packages was pulling from the cloud. So what they decided to do is to try and optimize delivery optimization for that particular scenario. And in a pilot of 2,000 devices, they were able to see 80% of the data come from peers. So overall, they significantly reduced the impact on their network. All right. So to complement peer-to-peer, there are some scenarios where you just can't use it, right? There's a Wi-Fi all VPN network, and you would love to use peer-to-peer, but it just won't work. Or a site that has really low bandwidth availability, and even if peer-to-peer is very efficient and getting 80% from local, the rest, the 20%, is really impactful on the network still in that site. So for that, we have a product that is called Microsoft Connected Cache. And what it does is transparently caching content that's needed on that network. So this is what's going to bring your overall bandwidth consumption much closer to 100%. This is all driven by need on the local network. So there's no more management of picking and choosing different packages to push. You just install it once and forget that it's there. So in SCCM, or I should stop saying SCCM, MCM. Yay, thank you. MCM, you can very easily install this on your distribution point. It's as easy as a checkbox, and it installs it, and then you set another checkbox in your client settings. Clients find the server and start using it. That's it.
Yeah, you can clap. Clap.
So you may ask, what about if I'm not using Configuration Manager? Well, for that, we are happy to share with you that we have a private preview for a version of Microsoft Connected Cache that is managed in Azure. And it is containerized so that you can put it really anywhere. And all you use Azure for is to get that on-premise server deployed, configured, and from that point on, you can see reporting, manage, and so on and so forth. So if you're interested, please visit this website, and I'll hand it over. I was going to show you the portal, but we don't have time. All right.
All right, thanks, Narkis. So Narkis had a session with Andy Rivas on Tuesday. It was BRK 3078. So please, because we have only 410 seconds for Narkis and we ran to 413 or something like that. Please go ahead and view that BRK3078 so you can learn more about Microsoft Connected Cache and delivery optimization. So we've talked a lot about now with Windows and so Windows 10 and desktop analytics for the drivers, but let's talk about Office. Let's change our course a little bit and talk about Office. And I need to take that plug out. Again, we're going to go to our Windows, our friend Windows Hello to log me in to my device. Oh, by the way, those of you that were here for DEP10, I showed you that my device was about to run an insider preview update, and I did run that update while Steve Kahn was up here talking. I pressed the restart now as soon as he took the mic, and by the time I had it back, PowerPoint was open, I was logged in and everything. All right, so I'm going to go into Office Customization Toolkit, and I'm going to do this from the web. I'm going to go to config.office.com, which is hard to do with, I can't type with one hand. And the same thing I'm going to do here, I could also be doing in Configuration Manager. We added config.office.com into Configuration Manager. Maybe I should be doing it in Configuration Manager. And from here, I'm going to create my Office Customization Toolkit. And why do we do this? I'm going to do this so I can customize my Office build. And I can customize it by saying, I want to make sure I'm installing the 64-bit or the 32-bit. And you'll notice here that by default, it's 64-bit. In the past, we had given direction, and this is years in the past, that you should install Windows 7 64-bit. Now it's Windows 10 64-bit, but Office 32-bit. And we said that because the macros and the add-ins, they didn't catch up to the 64-bit bandwagon, so now they have. So our recommendation is 64-bit Windows 10, 64-bit Office 365 Pro Plus. From here, I can then say I want to install Office 365 Pro Plus or Pro Plus for Business or Volume License or Standard. And I am going to just say Pro Plus. I'm not going to do Visio or Project. And we can also do our language packs from here as well. Which language packs will we want to install? Do we want to just install, do we want the full language pack or just what's needed for things like spell check? And which channel do we want to be in? You'll notice that in Windows, we have semi-annual channel, and we have our long-term servicing channel. And really, that's about it. We removed the semi-annual channel targeted about just under a year ago. But in Office, we still have monthly channel targeted and semi-annual channel targeted. The difference being on monthly channel and monthly channel targeted is a couple of weeks difference. You get testing done with the targeted. As Zach mentioned, it's not just the people in IT, and it's not just the people that you can hear scream down the hall. It's people that are actually using these add-ins and using these macros to make sure that when we upgrade Office, they will continue to work. Or we have semi-annual channel. If you don't want to give monthly updates, you'll still get security updates, but you don't want to get the monthly feature updates to Office. You can sign up for semi-annual channel. And I'm going to actually change that to monthly. And you notice we just have, hey, a little warning here. And what apps do we want to install? I want to install Excel, of course, and I want to install Word and PowerPoint, of course. But maybe I don't want to install Skype for Business because my company is using Teams. Or I have some people in my company still using Skype and some people using Teams. So you can see we have this very granular capability. What languages we want to install? Again, I can do the primary language. What I like to do with the primary language is match the OS. If the OS is English US, English UK, if it's French, if it's German, doesn't matter, match the US. And then also install proofing tools for the other languages that I need. I worked before my current role, and before the role before that, I was in Microsoft Consulting Services. I worked for a global company that put they were in somewhere around 18 countries, and they had every language pack in their Office package. And that Office package at the time, it was Office 2013, but it was over 12 gigs in size. So we don't have to do that. You don't need to put the every language in there just because somebody may need the French or the German or the Mandarin. You just put what you need, and you can have separate configuration files as necessary. You'll also notice that I can then go to the installation, update and upgrade. One thing nice here is with the update and upgrade, where are these bits going to be coming from? They're coming from Configuration Manager. They're coming from Microsoft CDN, because we've already put the bits all over the globe in our data centers, so why not take advantage of that? So they're coming right from the Content Delivery Network, or of course a local path. So when we take a look at all the stuff we can do with the Office Customization Toolkit, we can really get all the way down into each and every setting in Word, in Access, in Excel, and customize that and create a new package for delivering Office 365 Pro Plus to our different sets of users based on their needs. Now, as we talk about the end of Windows 7, we've talked about in DEP10, you've already seen these, so for the rest of you, and if you saw these in DEP10, please don't get up and leave, because we do have more after this. So if you don't make it in time, if you can't upgrade to Windows 10 before January 14, 2020, how many days? 68 days. If you can't make it in time, then we do have some ways to help. So obviously we want you to make it in time. We want you to go from Windows 7 to Windows 10. It's always up to date. It's the most secure, the most productive operating system. But if you can't make it, let's say you happen to have a driver or an application that doesn't work in Windows 10, what you can do with that application is you can put it into our Windows Virtual Desktop. WVD is a Windows 10 multi-session VM hosted in the cloud, but it's also Windows 7 that can be hosted in Azure. From Windows 7 hosted in Azure, two things. One, you can stream down that application to a Windows 10 endpoint. It'll be running as if it's running on Windows 7. But the other thing is that Windows 7 machine that's hosted in Azure will get free security updates for up to 3 years. If you aren't using Azure yet, you're not quite ready for that Windows Virtual Desktop, then we do have extended security updates available for your on-premises Windows 7 devices. If you're running a Windows SKU that starts with the letter E, so it's either E3 or E5, we have different programs available. E3, you'll get a 50% discount. E5, you'll get a 100% discount on that first year of ESU. So you can take advantage of that E5 promo and get the extended security updates on the Windows 7 devices for free for the first year. Or you can just purchase it outright. Purchase it, download it, install that Mac key across your Windows 7 estate, have it activated, and then deploy the updates from Configuration Manager, from WSUS, from Windows Update for Business, from your third-party patch management solution, from Windows Update in the cloud. So you purchase it and download updates the way you've always done it. Now I'm going to hand this over to some very special guests from KeyBank and to a special guest, Steve Thomas. And we're going to talk about what they are doing, adopting our Windows as a service and staying current.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, I'm Steve Thomas. I'm with Customer Experience Engineering, Commercial Endpoint. What does that mean? Well, I'm the guy from engineering that gets thrown under the bus to get yelled at by customers. Actually, my job is to collect insights, feedback, find out your blockers, find out how, and particularly myself, can help you get current and stay current on Windows 10. While visiting KeyBank last winter, one of the first things I found out was they didn't need our help. They were already staying current. So then the visit kind of transformed into, oh, we want to see how you're doing it, especially being a financial services company. So I got to know Nick and I got to know Chaz very well. And there we go. Probably my first question for Chaz was, how did you do this? How did you transform?
Thanks, Steve. So the biggest thing for us was getting buy-in at the top of the house. We don't talk a lot about the money you save with Windows 10, but we really do save a lot of money with Windows 10. So you can see this chart that we created for our executive team to show, hey, we spent a lot of money with going to XP to Windows 7, and we're going to spend some with going to Windows 7 to Windows 10, but after that, we're going to level out and we're actually going to drop off. And what's gone really well for us is that we've maintained our credibility and we're able to prove that. So sharing with you, this chart is super helpful in getting buy-in at the top of the house.
I'm good. So, how did you guys handle the pushback? Because there's pushback often from application owners, there's pushback from infrastructure, there's pushback across the board. How were you able to get the messaging out and to get everybody inside your organization on board?
So we spent a lot of time communicating. It's super important. We had lots of avenues. We had emails. We had our own, SharePoint Online site. A whole big campaign. We even created a cartoon figure that we called Hopper, and that was super interesting for people. So we hit them from a lot of directions. But the thing that created the most comfort for folks was understanding the ring system of deployment. So understanding that we weren't hitting the entire corporation at one time with Windows 10, but actually doing it in small subsections and ever-increasing concentric rings that really gained the buy-in from the user base to reduce the fear factor.
Excellent, excellent. What kind of struggles or blockers did you come up or did you encounter while moving from that previous project-oriented method over into this ongoing iterative process?
Yeah, so I'm sure many of you can relate to this. As an older company, we had a lot of homegrown applications that had some work to do to bring themselves up to speed. So I would say that was one of our biggest blockers, but again, gaining the buy-in at the top of the house in every pillar helps you get the motivation you need at that application development level to get that moving and get that done to be ready for Windows 10.
Excellent, excellent. So the testing model that you use, are you testing every single application every 6 months?
No. So we have, like many of you, thousands of applications. What we did was we defined what are our critical and important paths of the applications, and we call those critical apps, and we use them in Ring 2 with our application developers. We let them test them. So we let them test them in our Ring 2 to see if anything breaks, and we help them through it.
So we work a lot with financial customers, both regional, global, national, and we're always struggling to help them define decent sampling rings for these early deployment rings and these early validation rings and testing rings. So how does KeyBank actually organize its rings for its iterative updates?
There's some clever wizardry in that, and I'll hand it to my wizard, Nick.
So we really the approach we took with that was primarily taking from our software deployment practice. So we had a lot of logic written on our collections to basically say, these types of users do these things, or they use those types of applications. We took from that, and then we built that into our configuration of our collections for our Windows deployment. It was a lot of kind of upfront work and architecture, but in the end, it paid off because it turned into kind of a well-oiled machine that we were able to use the ADRs for Windows 10 servicing to just click the button and allow it to service where we wanted to and when we wanted to.
Excellent, excellent. So this is kind of a curveball question for you, Nick.
Love it.
What is your favorite Nuke in Microsoft Endpoint Manager configuration management feature?
Honestly, it's just one singular location for all the tools that I use to do my job and the ease of access to that portal. Right now, we're co-managed between Intune and SCCM, but we're not really doing a lot of functionality or action between Intune and SCCM. I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong term. But anyways.
No, we like co-management.
All right,
too. We
yeah.
do.
So my plan is to incorporate more of that into our environment this year, and knowing that I have a singular location to go into and manage all that is ease of use for me.
Have you given any thought about what kind of workloads you might be shifting up to the cloud, possibly?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, group policy is a big one that we're looking at to move. We have a lot of redundant policies on-prem. We'd like to move those to Active Directory, and then Autopilot's also on our charter this year to replace our legacy OSD processes.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well, thank you guys for coming up on stage with me, and I'm very, like I said, I told you this past winter, and I'll say it again, I'm amazed at your transformation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so stay on stage. Stay up here. Stay up here. Stay up here. I want to welcome back all my supporting cast that helped me out today. I really appreciate it. We hope that you got the value that we brought was desktop analytics with Microsoft Endpoint Manager, with Windows Autopilot, with delivery optimization, with Microsoft Connected Cache. DEP20 happening in 30 minutes. We'll talk about keeping current, how to stay current. And again, then we'll keep talking about Microsoft Endpoint Manager. Thank you very much, and take a bow. Come on, take a bow. Thank you.